Starting an SMMA or agency is super easy, but making it successful is not. Every single month, thousands of people are getting into this business. Out of them, almost 99% of the people fail. Suppose you are a freelancer, SMMA or agency owner who wants to be the one person who wins the race. In that case, you need to know the success formula of the agency business. That is, success is equal to S plus L plus T. Yeah, it's that simple. There are only 3 components involved in the success formula, and I will get into them one by one. The term S in the formula stands for the service you offer. There are literally hundreds of services you can sell online. You can sell social media management, web development, SEO, paid ads, whatever you want. Whatever service you opt to sell, your chance of success is 0 if it does not meet the following 3 criteria. First criteria, your knowledge and skill level about the service you sell. If you have good knowledge about the service you sell, then perfect. But if your knowledge or skill level about the service you sell is weak, you are in trouble. In this case, consider dedicating your time in improving your skill, or consider selling a service you have much more skill or knowledge about. The second criteria for the service you sell is to have a market demand for it. This means that the service you choose to sell should be something that people or businesses are ready to pay for. If the service you sell does not have market demand, there won't be literally anyone to buy it from you. The third criteria to check is to identify the risk involved in selling and fulfilling the work, which means the service you sell must be something that can be sold, fulfilled and get paid without that many complications. The easier the selling process and fulfillment process is, the better the conversions. We need to remember that the amount of money we can make is highly correlated to the service we opt to sell. If we are selling a service that doesn't require that much time to master, the number of people learning it and selling it would be higher. Even though there are a lot of people or business that may need the service you offer, if there are many people available to provide that service, the competition would be higher. Then the amount of money we can make will be probably less. At the same time, if the skill we choose is not an easy to master one, or the one that requires excellent knowledge to sell, then the number of people selling that will be less. That creates big demand in the market, and then the money we could make with it will be much higher. That's why services such as Instagram post creation, article writing, etc. are not paid well. At the same time, services like app development, sales services, digital market services, etc. can make more money. Let's get into the second component in the success formula, that is L. L stands for qualified leads. No matter how skilled you are in the service you offer, what if you don't have qualified leads? If you are unfamiliar with the term lead, don't worry, a lead is a person or a business interested in buying the service we sell. Lead generation is a really important thing. To be successful in agency business or freelancing, we should be able to get in touch with people or business who could buy the service we sell. Here is where a good website, social media profile, portfolio, referrals, marketplace like Fiverr, Upwork, and everything comes into action. As an agency owner, we need to sell our gig to make money. For selling, we need to get in touch with people who want to buy that gig. Again, these people are what we call leads. To get their leads, we can choose different ways. For example, suppose we list our gig or profile in a marketplace like Fiverr. In that case, depending upon the quality and review of our profile or gig, we will start receiving enquiries, that is a lead. Also, using our own website, social media, referrals, all of these are popular ways to generate leads. But when you are just starting out, what channel you should choose for generating leads? In my experience, you should start with an outbound lead generation strategy. This is how you could do it. Depending upon the service you are selling, create a list of people or business who may need the service you sell. You can make this list and collect their contact details by referring to Google My Business, Instagram, Facebook page, business directories, LinkedIn, and many more resources. Once you have that list, start reaching them through emails, phone, social DMs, and start pitching. Remember, when you first reach out to an unknown person, your goal is not sales. The goal is to initiate a good conversation and understand whether he or she can be a potential customer. This is the step where most people fail. But note this down, without generating leads, we won't be able to sell, fulfill, and get paid. When we are just starting out, it might be challenging to pick the right channel for getting leads. In my opinion, we have to test out different channels, including both inbound and outbound, and find the most effective one that works for you and then scale it up. I hope you get the points. The third component in the success equation is closing. Without sales, business cannot survive. The question is how we can close a sale effectively. When selling an agency service or a freelance gig, there is a typical sales pipeline involved in most cases. For instance, consider you are a freelance logo designer or a logo designing agency owner, and you got an inquiry from a restaurant owner who wants to redesign his restaurant's logo. What stages would be there to convert that inquiry to a client? This would be an ideal pipeline. It will have a discovery phase, a sales call, proposal, follow-up, and closing. A discovery phase is where you make an effective conversation with the lead to understand their requirement and budget. It can be done through a phone call, maybe through email, direct meetings, DM, or whatever you prefer. Suppose a lead is a qualified one, which means they have the potential to become your client. In that case, you should take them to the next stage, that is a sales call. This is where you propose different package, pricing, the time required to deliver the work, etc. In this stage, the job is to make the lead confident about you and trust you in fulfilling his project. Suppose that lead is confident about you in fulfilling his work. In that case, it will make a significant positive impact on his buying decision. Right after the sales call, the next step is to send a proposal, including the pricing, timeline, and all in detail. This can be done through simple emails, or you can use proposal sending service like PandaDoc. Once you send the proposal, it's your job to follow up with the lead and make them accept the proposal and become your client. This workflow may seem very simple to most of you, but each and every step in this workflow is so much crucial in closing a deal. If you are not good at closing a sale, you should focus on mastering it. Otherwise, you will lose a lot of good projects. So this is the success formula for an agency, freelancer, SMMA, or literally any business in the service sector. That is, success is equal to S plus L plus C, where S is the service you sell, L is the qualified leads, C is your closing skill. To build a successful agency business, SMMA or freelancing, start with a skill you are confident about, or start with a service you have the right resource to fulfill. Then create a list of potential buyers who may need the service you opted to sell. Start reaching them through different ways like cold calling, emails, social DMs, direct meetings, or whatever possible way. Introduce yourself, start making a conversation, pitch your service, ask for their time to do a sales meeting with you, and build a sales presentation, practice it, and nail it during the sales meeting. During the sales meeting, you have to handle a lot of objections, you have to handle it properly, you have to propose the price, send the proposal, follow up, close the deal, fulfill, and repeat. This is a game of numbers. The more people you get to do the sales meeting, the higher the number of clients you get, and the conversion rate will depend upon your skill to handle objection and close sales. If you watched this video until now, you could have gotten some value from this video. If so, please hit the like button, and for future updates from this channel, make sure you subscribe and the notifications are turned on. For more resources related to making money and online business, check out the other videos in this channel. For now, signing off. Until next time, peace.